So last month I tried a new type of video, and that was new pattern releases for the month. It went down so well with you guys, so I'm making it a regular thing now. So today's video I'm going to talk to you about new pattern releases for the month of August. They're also going to be general and plus size friendly, so let's get to the goods. So the first pattern I'm going to talk to you about is the Madame Tulip back sweatshirt by DIBY Club. I do have an affiliate link for this one, and that will be down below. So this is a sweatshirt pattern with a unique back crossover. I absolutely love it. So it comes with a number of options. You've got two lengths. You can either have a short length or a shirt length, but obviously you can lengthen it to whatever you want. It has two sleeve options, so you've got a short cuff sleeve or a long cuffed sleeve. For the necklines, you can either have a scoop neckline or a hood with it, and it also has a tunnel pocket option. I noticed the PDF for this pattern has layers and a no trim option, which is absolutely fantastic. I did a video not long ago talking about PDF patterns and how to put them together, and that will show you how to put this pattern together, so do go and check that out, because the one I did was also no trim. So the sizing goes from a 00 to a 36. I will put a caption on screen so you can see the actual sizes. Do pause the video if you want to have a look at that. So for fabrics, you'll want a medium to heavyweight knit fabric. It really depends on the season you're making it for. The great thing about this pattern is it works all year round, and you could make it in a lighter fabric in the summer and a heavier fabric in the winter if that's what your seasons are like. A great example of this is when I made the Adrienne sweater by DIBY Club. It is a sweater as it says in the name, but I made it as more of a t-shirt, so I used a t-shirt weight fabric and it worked just brilliantly. I do have a video, so I will link that down below. So the next pattern I'm going to share with you is first of a couple of different jumpsuits, and that's called the Nova Jumpsuit by True Bias. True Bias are a company that have recently increased their size range, which is absolutely fantastic, and if you love jumpsuits you are going to love this one. It comes with 4 different options or views. So views A and B is a shorter romper style. It's got an elasticated waistband and inseam pockets. So views C and D is more of a straight fit, so no elasticated waistband, and it's long and it's got elastic casing at the ankles. It also has front facing pockets. So for sizing, this pattern goes from a 0 to size 30. It doesn't say so, but because the pattern is split up into 2 blocks, I would assume that means they've got a B cup and a D cup, as quite a lot of other pattern companies have. But I couldn't find anywhere on the website that explicitly says that. So for this pattern, you're going to want fabric that's got about 20% stretch. So you want a knit fabric, maybe an interlock jersey, a merino wool, they state on their website. Even t-shirt jersey would do the trick. I would steer away from doing anything too much more stretchy than the stretch they recommend, just because you're going to have to size up or down, and that can make the whole process a lot more complicated. So for the next pattern, I've got a little bit of trouble saying this. I'm not 100% sure how to say it, but you can correct me down below if I am wrong. And that's the Dalcahue top, dress and jumpsuit. And that's by DG Patterns. So where the last jumpsuit was a knit jumpsuit, this is a loose fit woven jumpsuit. It can also be made into a dress or a top. It has a square neckline, and the pants come to your calves, like mid-calf, and it has an elasticated waistband. Sizing goes from size 4 to 30. I'm assuming that all these sizes are American sizes. So for fabrics, you're going to want something light to medium weight. So you want something with structure, but also with a bit of drape as well. So basically most things will go with this. So whether that's denim, twill, drill, canvas, you could use linen, you could use viscose, you could use rayon, challis, chambray, you name it, you can use it. I would just steer away from anything too lightweight such as chiffon. So ages ago I did make a jumpsuit, or I attempted to make a jumpsuit and failed miserably, and that was the Sadie jumpsuit. So do check that video out down below to give you some pointers if you're going to make a jumpsuit. So the next pattern I want to share with you is a panty pattern, and that's the Tanja Boyshorts by Primrose Dawn. So this is a Boyshorts style panty with an enclosed gusset. So for all you larger ladies, it basically is panties that come up to your belly button, which I absolutely love. Can't stand those little skinny panties at all. So this pattern has got 4 options. So the first, well, it's kind of styles. So style A is a mid-rise, mid-inseam, and it's finished with picot elastic. So the second style, style B, the inseam is a little bit longer. The rise finishes at your natural waist. No elastics needed. For this version, it's finished with bands, like 1-inch bands. So the third style, style C, has the longest rise and inseams of all the styles, and the edges are finished with stretch lace trim. And the final style, style D, has the shortest inseam and the shortest rise of all the styles. Its waist has elastic that is covered, and it has a cheeky turn-up hem on the leg. I really think the main feature is enclosed gusset. Now, I know how to do an enclosed gusset, but many won't, and so I think that is a really good. They do have a video where they show you exactly how to do that, so that is great. So for their sizing, their waist is between a 26 and a 50 inch, and their hips are from a 35 inch to a 60 inch. So there's a nice size range there. I think there's very few patterns out there for panties actually that do go into larger sizes, so this is great. I may pick up this pattern myself. So for this pattern, you will want a knit fabric with at least 40% stretch, and for the gusset you will need to have that in a natural fibre such as cotton jersey, and that's just for the breathability factor. Ages ago, I'm talking 18 months ago, 2 years ago, I did make a video on how to self-draft panties. If you don't want to buy a pattern but you do want to make some panties, do check that out. I've had some people come back to me and say they had huge success with my tutorial, so do check that out. So the next pattern I want to share with you is a Sicily slip dress by Sewing Patterns by Masin. So this is a romantic bias cut slip dress. It has a cowl front and it has an A-line shape to it. So there's 2 main options you can have. One's longer, one's shorter. One comes with straps and one comes with a shoulder seam. And I think that is absolutely great. If I was going to make it, I'd make it with the shoulder seams, but quite short, I think. Their sizing's a little bit different, so it goes from an A to a J, and the upper waist is 52.5, so that'll give you an idea, but you should be seeing something on screen now. So for fabrics, you'll want something quite lightweight, so you might want a silk, a satin, a charmeuse, a georgette, a chiffon, anything like that that is really lightweight and airy. I did make a cami top which is quite similar to this. It'd be the same sort of techniques, so if you're interested in that, link will be down below for my Style Arc cami top. So the next pattern that has been released this month is the Underwood tank topping dress by Sew House 7. This is the first of a couple of tanks that have been released actually, and I really like it. I do love Sew House 7 anyway, but I really like this pattern. The shape of it is a little bit different to the other tanks that I've seen. This dress is an easy knit dress or top that you can make. You can whip it up in no time whatsoever. So it's fitted at the bust and it's slightly flared at the waist to give you a bit more ease, which I think is fantastic. It comes with quite a low back, but it's high enough that it will cover your bra strap. So good thinking from Sew House 7 there. It's also really long, so the dress comes down to your ankles, but as I said with previous patterns, you can just make it to any length you want. It actually has 3 hem lengths, but as I've said with other patterns, you can make this as long or short as you really want. they usually come with a short and lengthened line, so it's really a simple adaptation. It also comes with 2 neckline depths and 2 ways of finishing the armhole, which I'm really intrigued about. It's probably a band and a binding are the 2 options, I would imagine. But a great size range, and that goes from 00 to 34, and they come in 2 blocks, so you choose your size. But I know from having bought Sew House 7 patterns in the past that you choose your size range that you want, but when you purchase it you do get all the sizes in. At least that's what's happened in the past. So for fabrics for this, you'll want knit fabrics with at least 50% cross stretch and 20% lengthway stretch. In the samples they use bamboo, cotton, stroke, lycra, the fabric that they use. I know some people like to know what fabrics they use for their samples, so maybe that will help you make your decision. If you want to know about my experience using Sew House 7 patterns, do check my video on the free range slacks down below. So we heard in last month's video that By Hand London are now doing larger sizes, and this month they've released the Tamzin dress, which is great to see a new pattern from them just so soon. So this dress is a unique folk dress. It has some great details. It's got a square neckline. It has princess seams. It has 2 different waist tie options. It has a full and 3/4 length sleeve options and a gathered skirt as well. It says the neckline is finished with an external facing. So sizing for this pattern is a 2 to 30 with a B and a D bust size options. So fabric, again, you'll want something light to medium weight, so tencel, viscose, rayon, cotton, silk, linen, lots and lots of options there. So as a part of this video, I also like to include patterns that are not necessarily new but have updated their sizing, because essentially they're still new to us plus sizes. So the one that's done that this month is the Havana dress by Greenstyle Creations. I will have an affiliate link for them down below. So this is a woven flowy tank dress style dress. I'm really pleased to see quite a few woven patterns because I've been making loads of knit fabric garments. They're very easy to make and I think they're easy to draft as well. But I really am pleased to see some woven ones in the mix. So this pattern comes with 2 lengths, so you've got a long maxi length or a shorter knee length. It also comes with 3 options for your back. So you have a bra friendly racer back, you have a lacy back, or you have a crossover back. So I love that it's got lots of different options. Sizing comes from a B to an M, so I will put their sizing on screen now. Do pause if you want to have a look at the sizes. So the pattern states that the fabric you'll need for this is a silky or slippery type fabrics. So you could use viscose, rayon, use silk, satin, charmeuse, that kind of thing. So the next pattern is the Saybrook tank by Cashmerette. So this is a staple in your wardrobe. It's basically a tank top. So if you like tanks and you're on the larger size, you're going to absolutely love this pattern. So it's got some lovely options. It's got a high scoop neck at the front, high scoop neck at the back, and it also has a knotted hem. Another option is you can have a lower scoop neck at the front and the back and a normal hem. You can also have a crop length with a high scoop neck. So we all know Cashmerette sizings. They go from 12 to 32 and they have a CD, EF, GH cup sizes. So for fabrics for this make, you're going to want stretch knit fabrics with at least 25% stretch and 5% spandex. You'll need that 5% spandex in order for doing the bands. As I mentioned in my laundry day tea video, if you don't have the spandex, it will stick out and it won't look very nice. So some fabrics to consider for this would be ITY jersey, rayon jersey, bamboo, cotton rib perhaps. They're just a few options, but there's many you could have. I did a video on a tank top in the past, and that's the Basics tank top by Love Notions. I will leave a link down below. I showed how to do the binding in that one, and that'll be really helpful if you're going to make this pattern. So the final pattern I have to share with you is the Stinger top and dress by SBCC Patterns. Now I put a shout out on my group, the Chit Chat group for plus sizes, on Facebook last night, and asked if anyone had any patterns they could recommend for me to put into this mix, and this one was offered. So it's basically a summery top or dress. You can have a peplum or a full gathered skirt. It's got an array of options, so you can have it sleeveless, with straps, or with a sleeve. The lengths are a peplum skirt, you can have it to your knee, midi or maxi. So it has a unique centre front dart, and it also has a zip in the back. Sizing for this pattern goes from an extra small up to a 4XL. For this pattern, you'll want a woven fabric with some drape. So pretty much anything will go here, as long as it's not too lightweight or too heavy. So perhaps you will want cotton, a poplin, a lawn. I wouldn't go heavy, such as like a really heavy denim. You could have a chambray, that would work. So I actually made the Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress, which is kind of similar, not exactly the same, but it's got a gathered skirt basically. So do check that out down below. So this month, lots of summery patterns were released, which did surprise me somewhat. I thought we would now be looking at autumnal pieces, but perhaps that will come next month. In fact, I think it's most definitely going to come next month. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, do hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you liked it, leave me a comment, do all the things. If you'd like to support me a little bit further, I do have a Patreon and a Coffee account, so do check those out down below. If you like this video, do click or tap this video here. There's lots of free goodies there, or maybe you'll like my playlist of my makes there. Until next time, happy sewing, stay safe, bye for now.